Hello students, let's talk about one of the important term that is given in the chapter Russian Revolution, that is socialism. What do you know about socialism? What is socialism? And how socialism became very popular in the world, and later on that this principle has led to the rise of revolution in many countries of the world also. See, socialism is an economic system. It is an economic and political system both, in which all the means of productions are collectively owned for the common good of the society. That means there should not be any private ownership of the means of production. Okay, all the means of production, that is agriculture, industries, railways, banking, all are under the control of either by the community or by the government, so that it could establish a society free from disparity, exploitation and oppression. Okay, generally it is considered that the private ownership of the means of production led to exploitation. But if the production is under the control of everybody, then everybody will get the benefit from it and there will be no oppression, no exploitation. Okay, so socialism stands for this collectivization of the means of production. It stands for social justice, equality and abolishment of the capitalistic system. Capitalistic system, that system where the production is only meant for profit motive. Okay, where there is a private ownership of the means of production, and where all the means of productions are generally under the control of the private individuals. So, socialism is a range of economic and social system characterized by social ownership. Ownership would be by the society. Okay, all the means of production will be under the control of society or worker self-management of the means of production. It is a system of social organization that advocates the vesting of the ownership and control of the means of production, distribution and exchange. Okay, the production, distribution and exchange should be in the hand of community, not in the hand of one person or one individual person. Okay, there are some persons who were the first who propounded the principle of socialism. Let's talk about them in brief. Zoroastrian priest Mazdak preached and instituted a religious-based socialist system. He is Mazdak. Then in Britain, Thomas Paine, famous writer, who in his book The Effect of Civilization on the People in European States, he greatly criticized capitalistic system, that is the private ownership of the means of production. According to him, it is the capitalism which exacerbated the problem of poverty in any country. Then here we see in England Robert Owen. Robert Owen is also mentioned in our book. The father of the cooperative movement used the term socialism independently. Okay, he is often considered to be the father of the cooperative movement. He wanted that everything should be in cooperation. Okay, then other socialist thinkers were Robert Owen, I have talked about him, Charles Fourier, Joseph Proudhon, Louis Blanc and Saint Simon. All these philosophers, they criticizes the excessive poverty and inequality of the Industrial Revolution. Okay, and advocated reform such as egalitarian distribution of wealth. That egalitarian distribution means equal distribution of wealth and property among all the people of the society, so there would be no rich and poor, and abolition of private property. So see, Mazdak, Saint Simon, Robert Owen, Charles Fourier, Proudhon was a famous socialist, and Bakunin. These are some of the philosophers who greatly expounded the principle of socialism all over the world. See, Saint Simon, father of French socialism, he argued that the state carry out production and distribution and everyone should enjoy equal opportunity. Charles Fourier, see, he was the French utopian socialist and philosopher. He originated the word feminism. He also advocates women's rights. Robert Owen advocated the transformation of society into small local collectives without much elaborate system of social organization. Joseph Proudhon, he pronounced that property is theft. Okay, According to him, the person who is having a lot of property, he is a thief. He has stripped away the property of the poor, and so he become a rich. Socialism was every aspiration. He wanted that there should be socialism. Only it could ameliorate the society. Then Mikhail Bakunin, the father of modern anarchism, he propounded a theory by which worker would directly manage the means of production. See here, he propounded a theory that workers directly manage all the means of production should be under the control of the workers. Okay, Mikhail Bakunin. He also inspired Karl Marx, whose philosophy has created the situation of revolution in Russia. Then communism. What is communism? It is also a form of socialism. We can say that communism is an extreme form of socialism. Both these principles are more or less same. There are certain differences in the principle as well as in the ideology. But we can say that communism is a form of socialism. It is an extreme form of socialism. Its main features are public ownership of the means of production, as I have said, planning authority, all the developmental work should be according to the plan. Every person should be treated on the ground of equality. There should be classless society. No classes should be there, no rich, no poor. Everybody should be treated on the ground of equality, socially, economically, both. Prices and quantities to be determined by the government, and social welfare is the main motive of the government. Feature of communism. Russia was the first country in the world who became a communist country, we all know. And if any country adopt communism, what would happen? The state will become totalitarianism. The state will follow the policy of totalitarianism. That means all the means are under the control of government. Party state, there should be only one party in a country. Okay. Economic states, all products and government plan all economic activities. Matlab private ownership will have no role or secondary role. So this is the philosophy of communism, which was firstly implemented in Russia, and later on it was spread to many countries of Europe, Asia and Latin America. See, Karl Marx and Engel, his friend, Karl Marx was the writer of Das Kapital, and both Marx and Engel wrote a famous book, Communist Manifesto, in which they have comprehensively propagated and mooted the principle of communism. Karl Marx, we all know, he was the philosopher whose preachings, whose writings, whose philosophy was acted as a great contributory factor to the Russian Revolution. There is some basic difference between socialism and communism. You will see it. But more or less both are considered to be the same. Socialism stands for achieving the objective through peaceful means. Communism just through any method. Wanted to achieve objectives. Communism wanted to achieve goal through any method. Communism often, the philosopher of communism used to say that in order to achieve objective, even the violence can be resorted. Okay, they stand for total destruction of capitalism. And Marxism, don't get confused. Marxism is the same communism. Okay, either you say communism or Marxism. There are certain shortcomings of Marxism also. That idea of class struggle, Marxism promote struggle between the classes. Okay, this is not good for the country, not good for the peace and harmony of any country. Marx only propagate the collective ownership of the means of production in disregard the private ownership of means of production. Private ownership is also very essential for the development of any country. Marxism is not in favor of providing much rights and freedom to the individual citizens. Even Mikhail Bakunin believed that Marxism would lead to the despotic control of the population by a new and numerous aristocracy. Even Mikhail Bakunin to some extent has criticized Marxism. Okay, disregard social stratification. Social stratification means that the classes of the society are divided on the basis of their talent, on the basis of their work, on the basis of their efficiency. Marx disregarded social stratification. Marx wanted that everybody should be treated on the ground of equality. Suppose there is an office, so in office there is a manager who become manager on the basis of his talent and qualification, and there is one sweeper. He has become sweeper because he has no talent, no qualification, no education. So Marx wanted that in that office both sweeper and manager would be treated equally. Both should get equal salary. Both should get equal treatment. Okay, this is theoretically it seems to be a very good, but practically it is not feasible. So these are some of the grounds on which the philosophy of Marxism is greatly criticized. Okay.